A very good afternoon to everyone. I, Nancy Tandon, is your today's host. Welcome you all again in the second session of our personality development workshop. Today we are having two sessions as we had on yesterday. We had to learn about grooming and personality development by Dr. Aditi Dubey. She has told us how we look, how we act, and how we speak creates our personal brand that makes us different from the others. She has also showed us a video clip from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai to make us understand how appearance create a difference on our personality. She has also shared her personal experience, how she has become an outspoken person from a shy person. On the second session, that was on resume writing, we have learned how to write a resume by Dr. Sabyasachi. He has showed us a sample how to write a resume. He has told to focus on the little things that we may overlook, but I hope after listening to him, we may not overlook those things. He has also shared his personal experience of his interview. He has told us that we should update our resume time to time. In the continuation, today we are having two more important topics that will help us throughout our lives. The first one is let's our worrying become our advanced thinking and planning. I hope this statement justifies the topic that is on time management, for which I would like to invite Dr. Priya, the co-convener of this workshop. She has written several research papers, books. She is a member of editorial journal of HR. And one thing that I personally want to add that she is very kind-hearted and a helpful person. Now, I want to hand over the meeting to Dr. Priya.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for such a wonderful introduction. And obviously, a good teacher is always recognized by a good students. So you all are my good students, and that is why I'm here. So we are going to start the session with the topic time management. Okay, so let me first uh, start with the session. Just for a 30-second, you just close your mind and try to recall what you have did yesterday. Okay, apart from our seminar, okay, apart from our workshop, because it is obviously a productive activity. So just pause yourself or close your eyes. For every participant, just close your eyes for a 30 seconds and try to recall all these things which you have did yesterday, and try to categorize these two things in a productive and non-productive form. So your time start now. Okay, done. So any one of you from the participants, can you please just tell me that what will be the productive item or what will be the non-productive what you did in yesterday? Can anyone else? Anyone from the participant? No? Okay, Abhishek, can you please tell me what you did yesterday, one productive and one non-productive thing?
Ma'am, a productive thing, I summarized the session and
Okay,
also summarized the syllabus that we are going to have the midterm in college.
very
And
good.
and unproductive work, I had a great dinner in a good restaurant.
That is unproductive. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not unproductive. Okay, it is your the necessity. Okay, so it is not called unproductive. So
Okay.
basically, I want to try to convey that you have to identify which activity is important to you and which activity is not important to you, from where you will produce more or from where you will produce less. Okay, so that is why you can identify the your weak points and try to minimize those things which keeps you unproductive. Okay, so next time when you close your eyes, so try to recall the unproductive things so that you will minimize that thing, you will eliminate from your daily routine or the daily task. Okay, so let's start our session, and I would like to present my screen with you all. My screen is visible.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute. I think now it is visible. Okay.
Yeah, it's visible now.
So, this is about the time management. So first of all, you just think, are you exhausted every day and you can't make time for your study? As we know that your mid-semester examination and end semester examination are going to be scheduled. Do you feel you are trapped because you are always busy and you have no time for your friends and your families? And are you frustrated because you are your grades or your marks are really falling down, uh, uh, regardless of your efforts? Do you feel you are always doing your task or your a task or any activity at the last minute? And do you want to be more productive and efficient with your time? So friends, you are not alone. There are lots of the people who are facing that problems, and that is called the lack of the time management. Okay, so today's session is basically, we try to identify the reason why we are not making our time in a productive form, and I'm going to give you certain tips by which you can um, make your time more productive, more efficient. Okay, so first of all, um, I would like to tell about the time. Okay, so there are basically the three types of time: the predictable time, the discretionary time, and the other imposed time. So the productive time kya ho gaya? The predictable time is what the time which you predict. Okay, so the activities like your class, your test, um, your meeting, you are going to rehearsal for your fresher party, or you are going to rehearsal for your presentation. You know that the particular cafeteria or the particular restaurant is open from 9 to 9, so you can go there and have their services in between 9 to 9 only. So this is a predictable time which you predict, which is easy to predict. Okay, the second one is discretionary time, which is uncommitted, but it is a plan and which is required for your for the maintenance of your lifestyle. ठीक है, like खाने का टाइम, सोने का टाइम आपका हो गया, for your personal care, for your grooming. So these time are called the discretionary time. And the third category of time is a imposed time. Imposed time जो होता है, that is very unpredictable time. Like कोई emergency आ गई, okay, your friend met with an accident, you and आपको वहाँ पे जाना है, and you are going to dropping someone somewhere. That is a unpredictable time. Okay, so there are basically we can categorize our whole time in the three part: the predictable time, the discretionary time, and the आपका imposed time. Okay, so now why time management is important, why it is required here? Because every time we are going to manage something, if we are the management student, it doesn't mean that everything what we have in our hand that should be managed in the managed form. So why time management is important? So good time management always help you to accomplish more in a shorter period of time. Okay, so one of the biggest benefit of managing time is greater energy and your motivation. When you work longer and harder, your energy level can drop and you feel tired all the time. So good time management skill help you manage your energy and productivity level as well. We can say that time management skills help you to reduce your stress and prioritize your time also. So the effective time management clarify your goals, your objective, your most important task. As a result, you have more time to achieve a bigger goal or a better results. So one of the most important benefit of time management is also called a better work-life balance. So what is work-life balance? For a student, what is work-life balance? When you create a balance between your study and your personal life. Okay, so you can be a more productive in your study or a work, and have more time to spend to your most important relationships like your family members, okay, your friends. So work life balance, that is very important, and it would be accomplished by the good time management. Work life balance, it's also create a good balance between the personal and the professional life. Okay, so when you are having long work hour, so your risk burnout and feeling tired all the time, so work life balance is very important, not only for the working professional but also for the students. So essential benefit of good time management is to understand the value of time. So you get clear on how you can achieve your goals in a less time at work and have more time for people that maybe in your home. um, Time management is also important because for the time management you will leads more free time. Okay, and that free time will help you in take advantage of the training or any other kind of opportunity. So time management techniques ensure you to have the time freedom to do more things that matter most of you. Okay, like your hobbies, your interest. So you can you can opt for that option also if you have a free time. So, and apart from that, effective time management skills make all the things become very simple and easy. Okay, so when you take control of your time, you are more confident and capable. And good time management ensure you feel clear and confident about how to use your time, and as a result you stop feeling overwhelmed or stressed and frustrated. So that is why the good time management also lower your stress, and it help you to focus, which leads to more success in your class, in your organization, whatever organizations. Okay, so that is why the time management is so important. Now there are some common time management mistakes which has to be done by the basically the student. The whole time management session is dedicated, or it is devoted to the student only. Okay, so the common time management mistakes are, the first one is procrastination. Okay, this is what the procrastination is what, most of the student have this mistake by delaying or postponing the task, like बाद में हो जाएगा, या जब टाइम आएगा तब कर लेंगे हम, अभी क्या सोचना है, और ये अभी हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है। तो ये इस तरीके की जो चीजें होती है, वी आर पोस्टपोनिंग द थिंग, वी आर डिलेइंग द थिंग, जब पड़ेगी तब देखेंगे। दैट इज अ फीलिंग ऑफ द टेंडेंसी ऑफ द प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन, so which can be slippery slope to the stress, okay, frustration and the poor academic result. ठीक है, तो लाइक अभी आपका मिड सेमेस्टर आने वाला है, और इफ यू आर प्रोक्रेस्टिनेटिंग इट, और आप नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, दैट मे affect your result also. So don't be so having this kind of mistake, time management mistake. अभी आपको पढ़ना है, that will help you in your end semester also. So procrastination is a habit of delaying an important task by focusing time and energy on a less urgent or more enjoyable activity, like your friend's birthday. ठीक है ना, तो it is more important है कि हम फ्रेंड के बर्थडे पार्टी जो है वो हम सेलिब्रेट कर लेते हैं। मिड सेमेस्टर के लिए तो हम एक रात पहले भी पढ़ लेंगे, दैट विल बी द ओके। दैट इज अ प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन, दैट इज अ बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक डन बाय द स्टूडेंट for as compared to the time management. So if you want to stop procrastinating, you first need to set better goals and prioritize your most important work to increase your motivation and focus. Setting better goal will help you to identify the obstacle you face, enabling you to create a strategy to overcome procrastination. And if you want to stop procrastination, look at the bigger picture, so you don't get overwhelmed and distracted in the present moment. क्षण भर की जो खुशी है दैट इज नॉट सो इम्पोर्टेंट। जो इम्पोर्टेंट है वो क्या है, वो आपका बिगर पिक्चर है, बिगर टास्क है आपका, जो अच्छे ग्रेड्स आपके लिए लाना है, अच्छी कंपनी में आपको प्लेस होना है, दैट इज योर मेन एम, दैट एंड दैट शुड बी नॉट मतलब आपका ये मिस्टेक ये आपको नहीं करनी चाहिए। Apart from that, the procrastination, there is one more common and very interesting mistake done by the most of the student, even by sometimes me also. Amount of time spent on social media. We are spending lots of time on the social media, regardless of on our books or something else. Okay, so I don't know why, because it is just like we are going to depth and depth with one video to another video. It is linked, है ना? So it is on us. How can where we try to stop ourselves. So this is more important. So amount of time जितना भी हम spend कर रहे हैं, it is our common mistake for the time management. ठीक है? Not creating a to-do list, that is also a common list for the student for the time management. We are not preparing a list कि हमें क्या पहले करना है या हमें क्या करना चाहिए. We actually students are not so much focused about कि हमें क्या करना चाहिए. So to-do list is very important. So we are not preparing that to-do list. That may become one of the common time management mistake. Interruption and distraction also part of the time management, like same in this session, we are having this session, but lots of students may distract कि भाई बाहर क्या हो रहा है, या घर में क्या बातें हो रही हैं, या खाना खाया कि नहीं खाया. तो these are the common distraction और interruption जो कि आपको ये भी एक time management का mistake है. And try to do multitasking. That is also a very common mistake. Okay, we try to do everything in a single moment, in a single time. That is a very it is not so much easy to accomplish or to do all the things. तो वो आपको ये भी आपका एक mistake है कि हम multitasking कर सकते हैं. That is one of the mistake. Ineffective schedule techniques, or obviously not taking break during study time. That is also one of the common mistake, because मैंने देखा है बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स जो ऐसे हैं वो 2-2 दिन तक पढ़ते ही रहते हैं. ओके, क्योंकि एग्जाम आ रहा है तो वो 2 दिन तक अगर नहीं पढ़ेंगे तो उनके दिमाग में वो चीजें नहीं आएंगी. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ कॉमन मिस्टेक कि हम ब्रेक नहीं ले रहे किसी चीज से. तो ये आपके लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. आई नो यूनिवर्सिटी लाइफ इज एक्साइटिंग, बट इट कैन ऑल्सो बी स्ट्रेसफुल when you feel you don't have enough time to get everything done. ठीक है, आपको स्पोर्ट्स में भी जाना है, आपको एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर भी करना है, आपको एनजीओज को भी पार्टिसिपेशन करना है, आपको सोशल वेलफेयर में कुछ करना है, आपको अच्छे मार्क्स भी लाने हैं. ठीक है, तो देयर आर द लॉट्स ऑफ थिंग जो कि यूनिवर्सिटी स्टूडेंट चाहता है एक लिमिटेड टाइम पीरियड में करने के लिए. सो टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू my top tips for managing your time effectively. Okay, because I am a HR person, so first and foremost tip for time management is know yourself, because no one can assess you, no one can judge you, no one can make you timetable for you, no one can make schedule for you. It is only you that make timetable, that make schedule by your own self, because you know your strength, you know your weaknesses. Okay, so one of the best way to use your time wisely is to know what work best for you. If you are a morning person, okay, so don't wait to study or get everything done at a night. Just woke up in the morning and settle all the things. Okay, and अगर आपको वाइस वर्सा आपको रात में पढ़ने की आदत है, तो डोंट ऐसा नहीं कि हम सुबह उठ के कर लेंगे. ठीक है, तो you know your personality, you know your tendency, you know your attitude. So make your timetable, make your time efficiently by your own. So first of all, you try to understand, you try to know yourself. Okay, the second tip is rank your priorities. Make a list of priorities. To do this, you must first identify what the priorities and tasks are. So then rank them level of the performance. जो priorities होती है ना, that is very difficult to identify. Which one is more important to you? Which one is least important to you? Like in this matrix, the priority matrix, the act do first, do next, do later, and don't do. So there are, it's mean ki there are the certain things which are in your priority, but they are not so much important. So आपको वो काम नहीं करना है. जरूरी नहीं है कि जितना भी आपने लिस्ट बना दिया है, प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट जो बनाई है, उसमें सारा काम आपको करना है. टू डू लिस्ट जो आपने बनाई है, पहले तो आपको टू डू लिस्ट बनानी है. सेकेंड थिंग, अगर आपको टू डू लिस्ट में जरूरी नहीं कि आप सारा काम करें, ठीक है. तो यू हैव टू रैंक योर प्रायोरिटी, विच वन इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट टू यू at present time, at present moment. That is the important thing. So for that purpose, आप कैसे आप कर सकते हो, लाइक आपका स्टडी टाइम जो है, आपका फैमिली के साथ टाइम जो है, फ्रेंड्स के साथ आपका है, स्लीप का, ईटिंग का, ठीक है, लेजर टाइम, सोशलाइजिंग टाइम. सो द लिस्ट कैन बी रिव्यूड एंड चेंज एट डिफरेंट स्टेजेस इन थ्रू आउट द ईयर. लाइक अभी ये जो मंथ चल रहा है, फॉर द फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर ओनली, ये जो मंथ चल रहा है, यहाँ पे आपका, क्योंकि आपके एंड सेमेस्टर्स आने वाले हैं, तो योर प्रायोरिटी लिस्ट बिकम व्हाट, द स्टडी टाइम इज मोर देन द सोशलाइजिंग टाइम. आफ्टर द your examination, the study time is in the third position. The third priority is your study, your socialization, your leisure activity will be the second position. तो priorities आपकी, मतलब आपको to do list तो आपको बनानी है, but the rank जो आपकी priorities की है, that may be changed according to the requirement, according to the situation. Okay, so now the third suggestion is make weekly schedule, और जिसको आप बहुत सिंपल भाषा में बोलते हो टाइम टेबल. Okay, so this should be done using a timetable or weekly planner. It is easier to follow a plan when you have put in writing. ओके, सो आपको मजा आती है ना जब आप कोई अकम्प्लिश कर लेते हो कोई चीज, तो वहां पे टिक लगाने में मजा आती है कि हाँ हमने ये काम कर लिया है. तो वो आपको पहले आपको लिखना पड़ेगा, ठीक है. एंड वंस यू राइट समथिंग, दैट मेमोराइज यू अ मोर बेटर फॉर्म. सो माय एडवाइस इज यू टू यूज अ ऑनलाइन प्लानर, बिकॉज यू ऑल आर द टेक सेवी, यू ऑल आर डीलिंग विद द फोन फ्रॉम द 24 आवर्स में से आप 22 घंटे तो अपने फोन पे ही लगाते हो आप सारे बच्चे, ठीक है. तो इट इज far better to use your planner on that is will be online, or simply you can use your calendar in your mobile phone or Android or iPhone. आपको वहां पे आराम से planner मिल जाएगा. You can use that. If you, अगर आपको फोन से भी नहीं हो रहा है, then just simply take a white sheet in your room or the whiteboard in your room and try to make the timetable over there. Okay, and वो टाइम टेबल ऐसा होना चाहिए दैट कैन बी चेंज इजिली. ओके, सो why I'm here saying that you can change your plan, you can change your schedule, because एक बार मैं बोल रही हूँ कि you can make weekly schedule, and then दूसरी बार मैं बोल रही हूँ कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, flexible होना चाहिए, so that you can change because your priorities are change. Okay, so the weekly जो schedule होगा वो आपकी priorities के basis पे होगा. So every week there will be a new set of priorities. Okay, so your plan, your weekly schedule may be the change. Okay, the next one is, it is not so important to make your timetable, and it is not also so much important whether you are using a whiteboard, whether you are a white sheet paper or the phone planner. Okay, calendar or the Google planner. It is more important to stick to your schedule. Okay, so live your schedule. Don't just write it down, but you have to stick to it. There will be a time where your schedule isn't adhered to. So when this happens, don't be afraid by schedule what you did not get done, but be careful not to reschedule high priority tasks in favor of the low priority one. Okay, so अगर ऐसा होता है कि आप कोई प्रायोरिटी नहीं पूरी कर पा रहे हो, आप अपना कोई टास्क कंप्लीट नहीं कर पा रहे, तो डोंट बी गेट डिसहार्टेड. मे बी आपने जो अपने लिए बेंचमार्क सेट किया है, आपने जो अपने लिए प्रायोरिटी सेट की है, दैट नॉट बी सो adequate to you. That is why you will not accomplish that. Okay, so you should try to have your weekly schedule finalized just before the week begin and try to stick with that timetable. The next one is avoid multitasking. Okay, because you people are doing all of the time you are doing the multitasking. So my suggestion is that to avoid multitasking. जब आपका multitasking होता है तो आपका attention, आपका focus, that may also be divided. Okay, so divided attention is an inefficient way to learn. आप ना ये सीख पाओगे ना ये सीख पाओगे, ठीक है। तो आपका जो मल्टीटास्किंग है, ट्राई टू अवॉइड इट मल्टीटास्किंग एंड फोकस ऑन वन टास्क एट अ टाइम फॉर अ मैक्सिमम प्रोडक्टिविटी, दैट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, ओके। द नेक्स्ट सजेशन इज रिड्यूस डिस्ट्रैक्शन, ठीक है। A very simple example of distraction is like in a same platform while we are having a Zoom meeting, suddenly you will got a notification from a Facebook that one of your friend is comment on your photograph or your status. देन आप अभी तुरंत का तुरंत ही जूम मीटिंग किनारे हो जाएगा और आपका फेसबुक पेज जो है वो ओपन हो जाएगा और आप उसका जो भी कमेंट है उस कमेंट को आप वापस से लाइक कर दोगे, स्माइली भेज दोगे, थम्स अप भेज दोगे और बहुत सारी चीजें होती है वो कर देंगे. दैट इज व्हाट, दैट इज अ your distraction. So try to reduce your distraction. And how will you reduce that distraction? And आप लोगों के लिए most of the time when we are going for the online classes also, then again we are facing this problem, the pop-up problems. Okay, so try to silent your notification. Okay, तो जब आप silent कर दोगे तो वो in the meanwhile for 1 hour when you are taking a class, and at that time period you have switched off your notification or silent your notification, that will not distract you. When you have get a time, then go for the notification वहां पे, because it is important to you also. ठीक है, you have to some leisure time also, free time भी होना चाहिए. और वो free time आप कैसे निकालोगे? With the help of the time management. Okay, so जो आपका distraction है ये आपका नहीं होना चाहिए. अब जरूरी नहीं है कि डिस्ट्रैक्शन जो है वो आपका सिर्फ आउटर साइड से ही हो. डिस्ट्रैक्शन नॉट ओनली कम फ्रॉम द सोशल मीडिया नोटिफिकेशन बट ऑल्सो फ्रॉम द इंटरनल फीलिंग. हाउ? लाइक योर हंगर, योर टायर्डनेस. ठीक है, so ensure you are getting a proper sleep, proper snack, and you have a water bottle with you. So distraction doesn't mean that the social media or someone else from the outside come and distract you. Your inner distraction is also, if you're not sleep well, if you're not sleep well, then most of the time क्या होगा, आप sleepy feel करोगे, आप attentive नहीं रहोगे, तो that may lead to the bad time management. Okay. The next suggestion is take a break. Okay, ये सबको चाहिए. मतलब after your examination you want to take a break, after your mid semester you want to take a break, after a presentation you want to take a break. So okay, so working on something for too long can lead to loss of focus. Obviously it happens. So short break can help you to recharge. While you are studying a whole night, try to take a little break over that. बट ये भी याद रखिए कि जो ब्रेक के लिए आप क्या कर सकते हो, लाइक आप टहल सकते हो, थोड़े चाय पी सकते हो, फ्रेंड्स के साथ थोड़ी चैट कर सकते हो, बट ट्राई टू रिमेम्बर यू हैव टू स्टे बैक टू योर टाइम, यू हैव टू बैक टू योर वर्क ऑल्सो, स्टडी ऑल्सो. ये नहीं कि बात करते करते आप कहीं और चले गए, फिर कल एग्जाम है वो आप भूल गए और फ्रेंड्स के साथ जो है वो चाय आपके लिए ज्यादा जरूरी होगी, एग्जाम जो है वो आपके लिए जरूरी नहीं है. ठीक है, तो टेक अ ब्रेक, टेक अ शॉर्टर ब्रेक विच रिफ्रेश यू एंड बट आपको वापस आना है पड़ेगा. तो डोंट, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि साइड ट्रैक्ड हो जाए वो चीजें. नेक्स्ट वन इज, एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सजेशन इज टू क्रिएट अ पर्सनल टाइम. ठीक है, it is important to make sure you first priority is your school, your college, your office, and having personal time to enjoy life with your friends, your family, and by yourself also. And that make you more productive, which increase your brain receive a break. Okay, when your brain receive a break, you will become a more productive. So just make sure to manage this time as well and learn to say no if you have to. ठीक है, तो अगर आपके पास, आपको ये जो पर्सनल टाइम है, चाहे वो आप अपने लिए अपने ऊपर लगाइए या अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ में करिए, जाइए घूमिए फिरिए, जो भी आपको करना है, दैट मीन्स यू हैव टू सम पर्सनल टाइम इन योर टाइम मैनेजमेंट. टाइम मैनेजमेंट का मतलब ये नहीं हुआ कि यू मेक अ टाइम टेबल फ्रॉम की सुबह उठ करके प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट पढ़ना है. ठीक है, 9 बजे से लेके 11 बजे तक प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट पढ़ना है, 11 बजे से 12 बजे तक, 1 बजे तक आपको स्टैटिस्टिक्स पढ़नी है. दिस इज नॉट अ टाइम टेबल, दिस इज नॉट अ टाइम मैनेजमेंट. टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज वॉट एवर एक्टिविटी इज रिक्वायर्ड, whether it is roaming around, whether it is going for the movie, or whether it is around the sleeping or eating, anything, it should be in your timetable, and that timetable is called as a time management. Apart from these suggestions, the last and the foremost important suggestion here for your time management is to stay healthy. When you get too busy, one of the first thing to suffer is your health. Okay, so whether it's the mental health or the physical health, both will suffer. So sleep is essential, and when you sleep schedule is messed up, so many other things fall out of place as well. So your stress level rises, physical and mental performance is not as high, and your motivation also drops. So when your stress level increase, your junk food intake is increased, exercise decrease. Okay, कई लोगों के साथ ही उल्टा होता है, ठीक है, लोग कई लोग जो है बहुत सारा खाना खाना शुरू कर देते हैं, कई लोग कुछ भी नहीं खाना, सब छोड़ देते हैं. तो it depend upon the person to person. So healthy food and the regular exercise will help you to maintain your health. So the benefit of time management include greater clarity, greater capability, and the greater confidence. So when you are clear on the best use of your time, you become more focused and productive. And good time management help you achieve bigger goal, reduce procrastination, and increase productivity. So that's all from my side. And I hope you will understand the importance of time for yourself, which help you to minimize your unproductive time and try to eliminate the unimportant things from your schedules. Thank you so much for watching us. Any questions regarding the time management if you want to ask?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Abhijit, and ma'am, my question is this, ma'am: how can we increase the efficiency of doing a task day by day, so in a long term we become more productive or our growth increase more at
Okay.
a good rate?
How can we improve our efficiency? Okay, so as मेरे जो presentation में आपने देखा होगा, I was sharing a slide where the first slide is you to know yourself. Okay, so first to try to identify or first to trace out your SWOT analysis. What is your strength? What is your weakness? Regardless, to remove your weakness, it is better to improve your strength. Okay, so if you are जो भी आपके स्ट्रेंथ है उस स्ट्रेंथ पे अगर आप काम करोगे, दैट विल डेफिनेटली इंप्रूव योर एफिशिएंसी एंड योर प्रोडक्टिविटी. आप अगर किसी चीज के लिए में आप कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो, दैट इज नॉट योर फोर्टे, दैट इज नॉट योर इंटरेस्ट, विच मीन्स कि यू आर नॉट पुटिंग योर बेस्ट एफर्ट ऑन दैट. ठीक है, तो आप कितना भी कोशिश कर लो, आप वो काम नहीं कर पाओगे. आप प्रोड्यूस तो करोगे, प्रोडक्टिविटी तो रहेगी, बट दैट इज नॉट इक्वल टू एफिशिएंसी. ठीक है, तो हमारा जो मोटिव है दैट इज to being a productive with respect to the effective and efficient. Okay, with the less time, and we produce more and more. Okay. Okay, Nancy, now you may proceed for the further session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am has identified our mistakes and suggests us with the wonderful tips. So I hope from today we all will follow these tips. I am going to do that. So I hope you guys also do that. So now moving towards our next session, stress should be a powerful driving force, not an obstacle. This statement is hinting towards our next session, that is on stress management, for which I would like to invite the person who is passionate for helping people to find the holistic way, and he is a bank officer at Karnataka Bank. He is a certified heartfulness trainer who specializes in meditation, stress reduction, and relaxation. He is having experience of creating student clubs and leading it. I hope after knowing this much about him, you guys all want to know his name. So here I am handing over the meeting to Mr. Kaushalind Pratap Singh.
Hello everyone, Namaskar sabhi ko. It is a wonderful evening and wonderful afternoon to have you all and to be with you all. So thank you for inviting me here, and thank you for a very generous introduction. So myself, Kaushlendra Pratap Singh, and I'm from Lucknow. In the bylanes of your studying university, I have led my childhood. So I did my BTech, MBA, and then presently I'm in Bangalore. I'm joining you all from Bangalore. And my session will not be a one-way process. It will be a very interactive one. And I would request and invite each one present in this room to be active and excited with this interaction and the journey we are taking on stress management. So, without much ado, let us start today's session. So, stress, what do you feel? What do you mean by stress? There is one slide. Can you please share the slide, ma'am? Yes, thank you. So friends, what do you feel by stress? What do you mean by stress? You can unmute yourself, or you can also write in the chat box. Anyone? So now the answer is in front of you. It is a psychological and physiological imbalance caused due to demanding circumstances and the individual's ability to meet those needs. So here, friends, I would like to tell you that the only thing which is permanent in this world is change. The world is always changing. We all are changing, and it is very important to cope up with that change. If we are not adapting ourselves, if we are not making ourselves in tune with the changes coming in the society, in our career, in our day-to-day activities, then something will be there which will be missing. And that missing part, that gap might create a stress in all of us. So, how many of you agree that the change in the society or the change in our own mindset is a key factor for the cause of these stress or these stresses? You can just write yes or no in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and tell something. Aditya, yes. Great. Other friends, are you all there? Okay. Shivam, Gupta, Abhijit, Shrikant. Come on, guys, come on fast. Aishwarya, Saxena, Abhishek, Pragya. Yes, that's the spirit, guys. That's the spirit. Shivam. Yes, so I would like and request everyone, those who can open your videos, please open your videos so that we are more interactive, and keep interacting in the session. Do not make it a monotonous session. So that is, as we all know, now we know what is stress, how, then the question arises, how many types of stress are there? 1 minute, ma'am, do not change the slide. Let us first get the information from our friends that what do you think? Is stress always bad only, always negative only? What do you all think, friends? How many types of stress can be there?
I don't know about the types of stress, but there may be some bad stress and the good one. Good one help us to be more spontaneous and do more work, but the bad one sometimes leads to depression, anxiety.
Correct. True, true, true. वैसे slide आ गई थी आगे की. Please change the slide. So yes, there is a eustress and distress. So use stress is something which is healthy, like when we are preparing for something very important, and you all might have experienced in your life that some energy very automatically you all become from Gangadhar to Shaktiman just 1 day or 2 days before the exams, and every whole syllabus we are able to cover so easily in that short period of time. How many of you have experienced that? Or ma'am was having such a wonderful session on time management, she was telling, and I am sure that we all have some of the other issues of time management. But whenever something very important is there, some IPL match is there, and during our school times when our parents used to say that first you complete this homework, then we will keep you, or then you can watch that match. So do you remember how easily and how quickly you were able to complete that task, whatever was given to you? And you yourself also do not know from where that adrenaline rush is there, from which hormones helped you to complete that task in such a short period of time. How many of you agree with that? And how many of you have experienced that? Yeah, Aditi has experienced. Great.
Yes, sir. Even in day-to-day life, if we take the time for the work, so also we feel the same, like for a
Correct.
time duration.
Correct. Priya ma'am has also said yes. Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Shivani ji, Shivam ji. Yes. Yes, Paki. Yes. That's all, guys. Yes, friends. So this is the use stress we are talking about. So stress is not always bad. It's like always when we think of stress, it always a very negative image comes to you. So through this session, I also want to tell you that stress is not always bad. It is just on us how we take it up. हम कैसे उसको लेते हैं? What is your attitude towards it? And which type of stress you are maintaining? You are maintaining a eustress or you are maintaining a distress? Now, as the slide is there in front of you, there is one distress, which is negative stress. When something is, some thought or some act or some situation always over in your mind, when something is always into your mind and you are always you are not able to do something. So there might be a situation sometimes that you want to study, there is an exam, but something has happened around you in a way, something has disturbed you in a way that you are not able to do that, you're not able to study. Or sometimes we become so much goal oriented that it makes us very nervous. For example, if somebody says to you that you have to host a program on, say, New Year or on 25th celebrations, and you have to, and you feel so much conscious, मुझसे कुछ गलती ना हो जाए, I may not fumble in the meeting, or will I be able to take it? Then you are so much nervous about that task, you are so much goal oriented that you are not able to do, or you're not able to perform your activities in the best possible way you can perform. So this is de-stress. So we have to be careful. We have to always, whenever there will be stress, whenever there will be a situation in your life when you feel that you are taken care or you are not taken care well, then you have to just take a pause, take a deep breath, and think how you can utilize, how you can make this de-stress into eustress. What are those ways? And I am 110% sure, my dear friends, that you all will get that answer, because all wisdom is there inside. And today also, at the end of this session, we have one tool to share with you all, one practical tool to share with you all, which will help you to find that wisdom, or which will help you to untap that wisdom inside you. Are you all excited to know that tool or not? How many of you want to know the tool? If majority says, then only we will discuss, otherwise not required. Okay, Aditi ji, great. Shivam, Shivani, Simran, yes. Laksh Pant ji, yeah. Yes, Priya ma'am. Sanchita ji. My third class teacher's name was Sanchita Shah ma'am. She was one of my favorite class teachers in class third. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. And many of you who are not able to interact, I would request everyone to interact as much as possible. Let's be interactive as much as we can be. Next slide, please. Causes of stress. What are the causes? So one cause we have just discussed, change. Then loss. When we lose somebody, when somebody is very loved one and you do not find him, then uncertain future. When you keep thinking about what will happen in the future, this and that, the insecurities of life can also give you stress in college. You know, and most important thing is wasting time. When we disorganize ourselves, we procrastinate things which we need to do. There are two ways, a lot of times it will happen that we are required to do something and we do not do, or which is not required to be done, but we do it. In these two situations, you will always be stressful in a stressful condition. Do you all agree?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So this is a one wisdomful thought for you all, one practical ways. Whenever, my dear friends, whenever you have to take any action, whenever you have to do something, always take a deep breath and just ask a question to yourself: is it required? Is this action lead me towards my goal? If yes, then only please do that task. If you feel that no, it is not required, then please do not do that task. And this is also a very helpful tool to manage your time. You will save a lot of your precious time in not utilizing, in a better way by not saying no. So this no word is also very important if we use it judicially and in a proper way. So we all have to learn that art of saying no also in our life. How many of you agree, my dear friends? Okay, nice. Pakhi ji, Aditi ji. It is difficult to say no. So we have one more session on this, how to say no, non-violent communication. You all can Google this. Marshall Rosenberg has very nicely have one strategy how to say. So please Google search non-violent communication (NVC) by Marshall Rosenberg. There are a few steps and ways where he tells us how to include ourselves. When we focus on our needs and feelings, when we are able to communicate that, it's easy. Then one of the reasons is unnecessary perfectionism. So this is also very important, my dear friend, that in our life, sometimes or many a times, we want everything to be so much perfect that we uh, end up wasting our time or not doing it. So it is very important that to start anything, whatever you want to achieve, please take the first step. Whether you want to build your health, you want to build your career, you want to study well, whatever is your goal, you want to study for UPSC, you want to study for whatever big exams of your life you want to give, please take the first step. We fall prey of this unnecessary perfectionism. We always try to get this, get that, here and there, everything we want to gain, but we do not start. So knowing something is good, but much better is doing. Until unless, so today's session will be useless if you do not implement. So it's very important, my dear brothers and sisters, that we all implement what we feel is correct for our life, for our journey towards that higher potential we want to become, your next version you want to become. Visitors and phone calls. So phone calls and all, of course, it will be about social media. So how do we how we have to handle, how we have to help to use the social media to our own advantage. It's very, very important. As an MBA student, it's very important to demarcate where you need to be and where you ought to be. You know, rather than wasting time on Facebook, we have to spend some more time on LinkedIn in making our profiles. So small choices, you know, you can be connected with uh, Twitter, but then again, we have to know that what all we are following, because everything going inside is not helpful. So in this world of, you know, bombardment of so much information, what information you have to take, please be careful, my dear friends. It will also help you to manage your time and manage your stress. Next slide, please. Symptoms. What are symptoms? Now this is the list, and I just do not want to waste my much time on reading each and everything. Few things I will just read from here: headache, muscular ache, lose of your sleep, insomnia, nightmares, fatigue, loss of, you know, loss of energy, refreshment, irritation, anger, hostility, low grade. So restlessness. How many of you have ever felt any of these symptoms? You can choose, pick few symptoms and tell in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and tell. How many of you are able to relate?
I have some kind of headache. Um, I have low blood pressure, not a high blood pressure. And I think these two things are more related with me as a symptom of stress.
Wonderful, wonderful. So next time, whenever you have anything from these symptoms, I hope now you will recognize in yourself, because the solution will come when we start recognizing. अगर जब हमें पता होगा कि कहाँ हमें वर्क करना है, तभी हमें उसके सोल्यूशन पे हम काम कर पाएंगे समस्या. So whenever you feel any of these symptoms, so you know that there one chance why this has come, why these symptoms are shown. One chance can be that you may be in a stressful situation, and then you have to find out the way to find to convert this de-stress into eustress. So yeah, this is one way. Thank you. Next slide, please. So these are like, as we were thinking, that how we have to convert the stress, distress from to eustress. These are few ways, you know, that a constant movement we have to take a bit of calm. You know, if you are stressful, you will see that you will run or you are doing some activity. So take some pause in your life. If you are impatient, if you are waiting for something, and this will happen, like impatience is a very common thing. Up to it's February and Monday is a big day for waiting only for a lot of people. So be careful about that, have your patience. And if you have and our breath is a very, very important tool. Whenever you will be in stress, your breath level will change. So as you all know, yoga, meditation and pranayam are so many tools are given by our forefathers to us, bestowed upon us, that how we can, you know, find out the ways to make ourselves in a more calmer, more simpler positions. So these are few things. Then how do we start seeing some, you know, ray of hope or some positivity, everything happening around us? So that mindset also we need to change. A lot of times when we see that something is not happening according to my perception, according to how I think, then we start complaining, or we start saying that this has not happened good, that has not happened good. So here is also a time to take a pause and just find it out that what new thing, what good thing I can find from this situation. Next slide, please. So this is simple, that what is the need of removing the stress? What is the need of, converting this de-stress to eustress? Because if we do not work on this stress, if we do not work, then this stress will lead us towards depression. It will very severely hinder our work-life balance. We will not be able to focus. We will not be able to work with efficiency. And once we learn this tool, very easy tools would be there. Very easy. And you all know, mind me, all my dear friends, nothing is there that you don't know. You all know everything. Everything is there in your heart. Everything is there in your mind. It is just that we are not implementing. Just the matter of implementation is there. Otherwise, there is nothing that we don't know. So it's very important through these programs which Priya ma'am has conducted. Thank you, ma'am. These are the small, efforts we would like to bring into your notice, that let's promise to our own self, how can we implement to become that better version of your own self through these tools we are discussing in last 2 days we were discussing. So to improve your productivity, to improve your fulfillment, your inner. So outside and inside, there are two realms we all work. One is an outside realm where our career is there, where our work is there, our relationships are there. And there is one inner realm where your relationship with your own self is there, where what you perceive for your own self, that is there. So it's very important, my dear friends, to find that inner relationship, find that centeredness. If we are not centered towards our natural well-being, it's very hard to cope up out in the outside world. So how many of you feel that it's important to implement, and how many of you promise today in this session that you will implement the tools and tricks we are telling here? सो गए क्या? Am I boring? मैं आप लोगों को बोर तो सुला तो नहीं रहा हूँ?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, that's like my boys. ऐसे ही तो, like, these interactions will motivate us, So yeah, please keep interacting as much as you want. And I want an interaction of everyone, not only few hands, few people. And also, I want to say that I am one of you. Just 2 years back, I was also in one of the MBA colleges. So there is nothing that I am teaching. I'm not here to lecture. My dear friends, please remember, I'm not here to lecture. I'm just a friend who is joining you in your journey of your life. So I feel excited to interact with you all. Thank you. Next slide, please. So what will be few individual approaches to manage this stress? We have now talked about what is stress. We have now talked about how many types of stress is there, what are the symptoms of stress, why the stress is created, what is the need to manage our stress. Now let's come on how to manage, what approaches, what practical tools we can take up. One practical tool will again come up in the end of this session. So right emotional support. That is very important, that in our life we have few friends, good friends, our teachers, our well-wishers, our parents, most importantly our parents. In nowadays journey, we feel a lot of gap between interaction with parents, but it is our insight, and with their experience also they can guide a lot for a life. Then practice good work habit and time management. It's very important. As in the beginning only I was telling you that something you wanted to do but you could not do, something you are not required to do, but you did. So it's very important to practice a good work habit. And as ma'am has very rightly told in my previous session, Priya ma'am told that how to manage your time. So it's very important that we have a schedule, we have a plan for it. I was reading in the chat, somebody said that somebody asked that how to make an effective plan. So effective plan can be made while knowing your inner self, while knowing your strength and weaknesses. And also in that plan, there should be a diversity of things. So there should be proper time for studies, for your hobbies, for your chill out zones, everything, proper rest, sleep, and everything should be there in a balanced way. So the balance is the key for any proper planning. Then symptoms of management, getting physical exercise. Many of you would agree with me that when we exercise, then this hormone called endorphin is released into our mind, from our mind, and it helps us to get rid of those stress. How many of you exercise?
I
कितने
do.
लोग ऐसे exercise करते हैं?
Yes, sir, I do.
अरे वाह, very nice.
I do, sir.
That's very good. और बस दो तीन.
A general workout like running and like stretching.
हाँ, और क्या?
Yes,
एकदम
yes.
एकदम. वेरी गुड. सो बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं भाई, एक्सरसाइज करके रखते हैं. नाइस, ग्रेट. Wonderful, guys. Yes, very nice. So those who are doing, please continue it, and those who are not doing, I would request please start doing it. And physical exercise can be in form of yoga, Zumba dance, some sort of any classical dancing or dancing, normal dancing, anything. It's not just that you go to a gym, then only you have to do. Nowadays with lockdown, we have so many YouTube channels, everything, every small information you have at your fingertips. So why not utilize them? So yoga, pranayam, gym, dance, games, you all can play games also. So now slowly and gradually you can move out in the park and play whatever game you all like. Abhi IPL bhi shuru hoga. So this is about exercise. Then using a relaxation response technique. So this is one thing which we will do in the end. This is that surprise which is there wrapped for you all. Escape, eliminate the stressors. So how to eliminate the stressors? So ma'am, some physical activity also you need to do. So how
Sure,
to
I
eliminate?
will.
Yes, ma'am. You were saying, Priya ma'am, something?
Sure, I will.
Yes. So my dear friends, what are stresses? Stressors. So I am sure when you look into your life, you will find few situations, few people, and a few things which can trigger a feeling of anger, irritation, fear, or anything which is not required in your life. Find out those triggers. And as a very good idiom in English is there, nip the bud. So when the starting point happens, there only just stop it. So take a time, take a pause in your life. And today I would also like to, in time management, ma'am was telling to make a list. I would also request you all to make a list of what are the stresses in your life. Who give you stress, and try to eliminate and ignore. Because if you will be always wanting to give a reply, college, oh my god. Very nice, very nice. So Aditya, nice, very good, very good, very good. I think people are naming the stress busters rather than what are the stresses, classical music and things like that. Here I want to bring one very important, wisdom, Vivekpurna Vani, wisdomful thought, that if you start giving a reply through your words to each and every buddy, Hick and Derry, Tom, Hick, anybody coming on your way, you will waste your time. So your action should speak louder than your voice. Try to act upon the work, try to act upon the goals you make in your life rather than explaining your point of view or explaining yourself to people around you, because this is not the time, my dear friends, to waste your time when we start thinking, and it brings a negativity also in our mind when we want to always reply verbally. So rather than thinking to reply verbally, let your action makes the thunder. Mentally blocking out the stressors. So when you find out the stressors, try to block them. Try to find out ways to chill out, as people have said in the chat, college and classical music and things. So I think you all are meaning that these are stress busters for you. You can utilize more and more time in utilizing these stress busters. And here one more important thing is there, my dear friends, that we also have to find out that the strategy we are taking up to burst our stress should not take us towards the bigger stress. So a lot of my friends sometimes go into addiction. Somebody may take an alcoholism or some beer or some cigarettes or something, which we feel it may give momentary relief, which may feel to be a very cool thing, dude thing, this is so dude, for some time. But again we have to recognize that it is a temporary thing, it's a very very temporary thing. So it's very, very important, my dear friends, that we have to find out that the strategy we are taking up to burst our stress should not lead us towards a bigger stress in life. If it is like that, please do not do that. We have to be careful about that. It's very, very important. How many of you agree?
Yes, sir, I agree.
Yes, sir. I'm too.
Completely agreeing, sir.
Abhijit ji. Yeah. So we have 49 people in the room. If I exclude me and Priya ma'am, then we are like 47 people, and we are getting replies only for 5-6 people. What about others? अब तो बोलो कुछ. This is the time for you to express yourself. अब तो स्ट्रेस निकालने का, मैं तो इसीलिए आया हूँ कि आप लोग का स्ट्रेस निकाल पाऊँ कुछ. अरे वाह, नाइस नाइस. Sadab ji, great. So next slide, please, ma'am. Next slide. Oh, I think some technical issue has come.
Yeah, it is not moving towards the next slide.
Okay, no problem. Leave it. So we'll come upon. So we have worked on everything. We have talked about stress. We have talked about types. We have talked about symptoms. We have talked about need to remove stress, and then we have talked about what causes stress, and we have talked about the strategies and the approaches for managing stress. Now, what was there in the So the answer is in that only. So career planning. So plan the career. So whatever you do just in the best possible way you can. Once You do? Okay, now it has started. So, ma'am, can you just take a previous slide, then we can come here. Let us first address that question. Or, okay, leave it, no problem, leave it. Previous slide, ma'am. Okay. So, career planning, as my dear friend you have asked, then for doing anything, very important thing is there that whatever you do, just try to do in the best possible way you can do, or anyone in the world can do. Once you start moving into this strategy, you will feel that you are ending up doing all your work, completing your work and getting that appreciation. One thing. Second thing, be informed about the right choices. So a lot of your friends and lot of your faculty is there who can give you those informations which is genuine, which is authentic. So be careful and have those, sorry, have those authentic information with you. Make a proper plan that what you have to do when, and whenever you are doing that task, complete in the best possible way. So it is very important. And as you can see in the slide, now the curtains are up, that the strategy which I wanted to tell you all, which I wanted to share with you all, was this meditation. I'm a heartfulness meditation trainer also. Heartfulness is a spiritual organization, and in this we do meditation and inner well-being, inner connection workshops and things. And this is one small a small step towards knowing our inner self, inner way. Next slide, please. So are you all ready to relax yourself for the inner transformation? How many of
Yes,
you are
sir.
ready?
Yes, sir. I am ready.
What about others?
Yes, sir, we are.
Great. Great. Harshita, Aram. Nice. So I would like to take your 10 minutes if you all agree and if you all permit me. And in those 10 minutes, I will guide you through relaxation, heartfulness relaxation, and then 5 minutes will do meditation in silence. So if you all permit and if you all agree, then we can start the practical session. Till now, what we were doing, we were thinking about the theory, we were talking about the theory. Now we are moving towards the practice. So let us start. And my dear friends, if you all would like to open your videos, it will help us, because it will be great that we also see you, that at what stage you are. So I would request if all of you please open your video. And I know a lot of people will be making the excuses, mera network, this and there, but in the genuinity of our connection, I would request that please open your video and we can start the session. Chaliye. So let us start today's practical session. I will be in bilingual. I will be speaking in bilingual. So anybody can, be doing. And as I will be guiding, you just have to mentally, you have to think that you are feeling like that. So just like that. Okay, good to go. Perfect. Sit comfortably. Very gently close your eyes. Make your back straight. Regulate your breath. Bring your attention to your toes and feel that your toes are getting relaxed. आराम से बैठ जाएं, हल्के से अपनी आंखें बंद कर लें, अपनी रीढ़ की हड्डी को सीधा कर लें और अपनी सांसों को नियमित कर लें। अब अपना ध्यान अपने पैरों की उंगलियों पर ले जाएं और महसूस करें कि आपके पैरों की उंगलियां रिलैक्स हो रही हैं। धरती माँ से स्वास्थ्यवर्धक ऊर्जा आपके पैरों से होते हुए आपके पूरे शरीर में प्रवाहित हो रही है और आपको रिलैक्स कर रही है और स्वस्थ बना रही है। Healing energy from Mother Earth is moving up through your legs to each and every cell of your body and making you healthy and relaxed. आपकी एड़ी, एंकल, टखने, काफ मसल्स, घुटने, जॉइंट्स, थाइस, जांग, दोनों पैर, both the legs are getting completely relaxed. Your hips, coolhe, and whole of your back from top of your head till tailbone, आपकी पूरी पीठ सिर के ऊपरी हिस्से से लेके रीढ़ की हड्डी के निचले स्तर तक पूरी पीठ रिलैक्स हो रही है। आपके पेट और छाती की मांसपेशियों से सारा तनाव बाहर निकल रहा है। All the stress from the muscles of your stomach and chest are moving out, are released. अपने दोनों कंधों को ढीला छोड़ दें। लूजन योर शोल्डर्स। आपके दोनों हाथ, हथेली, उंगलियों के पोरों से सारा तनाव बाहर निकल रहा है। From your hand, wrist, from the tip of your finger, all the stress is moving out. अपने गर्दन की अकड़न को जाने दें। Remove the twist in your neck, if any. और अपना ध्यान अपने चेहरे पर लें। Bring your attention to your face. आपकी ठुड्डी, चिन, जबड़े, जॉस, होंठ, लिप्स, चीक, गाल, नाक, नोज, ईयर्स, कान, आंख, आईज, फोरहेड, माथा, सिर के शिखर तक till the top of your head are getting completely relaxed. आपका पूरा शरीर आराम के सुखद एहसास में डूबा हुआ है और आप पूरी तरह से रिलैक्स्ड हैं। Your whole body is completely relaxed and healthy, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually healthy. आप पूरी तरह से स्वस्थ हैं, शारीरिक, मानसिक, भावनात्मक और आध्यात्मिक रूप से स्वस्थ हैं। Very gently bring your attention to your heart and feel that you are connected with the source of divine light in your heart and you are attracted towards it. Whatever thoughts come in your mind, let them come. Do not fight with them. Just remain on one thought that you are connected with the source of divine light in your heart. That's all. As the clouds come and go in the sky in the same way, let those thoughts come and go. Do not obstruct them. Do not stop them to come while meditation. अपना ध्यान अपने हृदय पर ले जाएं और महसूस करें कि आप पहले से मौजूद दिव्य प्रकाश के स्रोत से जुड़े हुए हैं और उसकी तरफ आकर्षित हो रहे हैं। जो भी अन्य विचार आपके मन में आए उसे आने दें, उनसे परेशान ना हो। उन विचारों को बिन बुलाए मेहमान की तरह इग्नोर कर दें। जैसे आसमान में बादल आते जाते रहते हैं, उसी तरह इन विचारों को आने जाने, इनको रोके ना, इनको भगाएं। इसी तरह से इसी शांति में अपने हृदय में हम लोग 5 मिनट बैठेंगे शांति से। प्लीज स्टार्ट मेडिटेशन। That's all. बस करें. आप जैसे बैठे हैं उसी तरह से आंख बंद करके बैठे रहें और विचार करें कि आपको ध्यान के दौरान और ध्यान के बाद कैसा महसूस हो रहा है. Sit comfortably as you are sitting with your eyes closed and feel and introspect how you felt during and after meditation. Whenever you feel comfortable, very gently you can open your eyes. अपनी सुविधा के अनुसार बहुत ही हल्के से और धीरे से अपनी आंखें आप खोल सकते हैं और अपना अनुभव साझा कर सकते हैं. You can share your experience if you feel like. और लोग सो गए. was my lecture such a boring? मैंने सबको सुला दिया, but वो भी एक relaxation है.
No,
सो
sir,
भी
it
गए
was
तो
good and
अच्छा
relaxed.
है. यार इतना रिलैक्स है, बोलने का मन ही नहीं कर रहा, but good, very nice. It was really wonderful to have you all and interact with you all. One of my hobbies is to interact with new people, and with this opportunity which Priya ma'am gave me, it was deep gratitude to her that she gave me this opportunity to interact with such a wonderful audience, such an active audience. And थोड़ा audience जिसको हिलाना पड़ता है, झकझोरना पड़ता है, and we all are like that only. So my dear friends, I am one of you, with you, like you, and I was not here to give any lecture or give you some gyan. I was just here to explore the gyan we already have together. So thank you, ma'am. That's all from my side. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you,
थैंक
sir.
यू सो मच कौशलेन जी, आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका. एक क्वेश्चन मैंने देखा चैट बॉक्स में. देयर इज अ स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम आवर कॉलेज ओनली. ही आस्क्ड अबाउट हाउ to face long-term stress in our life, like your career planning. So can you please give us a little bit of suggestion to our students that help us them a lot?
Yes, surely. So from that question only, I had told about that whatever we are doing at present, we have to do best. So for long time, let's break it. Whenever we have to start something, the first step we should do is let us break everything into pieces and doable things. So that is what I was telling, that please take an authentic timely information about your career, and once you decide for yourself that okay, this career, this is, first of all, list your strength and weakness. According to your strength and weakness, whichever career you choose for your own self, then try to upscale yourself, upscale your abilities and your talent according which is fit for that career. So for example, if I want to go in army, then I have to pay more attention into my physical fitness. If I have to go in analytics, nowadays in consulting in big fours, these McKinsey and all that, then I have to be good with numbers, and then I have to good with my programming, so, or few hard skills also which we have to learn. For example, somebody wants to go in analytics, somebody wants to do in consulting, then there is one software called R. I am sure you all might have heard about it. As if you want to go in research, SPSS software. So we have to equip with those skills which is required for that career. And my dear friends, this is the time, because at present when we are studying, then we do not have much of responsibility of the world around. But as you will grow, as your family will grow, then you will have a lot of other responsibilities to take or to tackle. Then you the time you are not able to get now, that time you will obviously not get. So it's very important to find out that what you enjoy doing, what is your strength, what is your weakness, what you can do, मतलब which is in neutral level, इतना तो मैं चल जाएगा, और what you can absolutely not do. मतलब कुछ ऐसी चीजें भी होती हैं जो मुझे पता है कि मैं तो इस वाले करियर में गया तो मैं बहुत ही बोर हो जाऊंगा. फॉर एग्जांपल somebody is introvert, he wants to go in marketing and sales, he or she will not feel, you know, speaking that much. So this is very important to upscale yourself according to the career you choose. And the journey, you you take the first step, you do the first step in the best possible way you want to do, the help will come automatically. I am very sure. I have also worked in Srijan Technologies in HR department, one of the MNCs. It is Asia's largest Drupal platform company, working in 120, working in 20 countries. Sorry, 20 countries, not 120. So there in HR department, when I was there, I am 100% sure that right talent, we are always in search of right talent. So once you upscale yourself and show those talents, it will really help you. Also, one important thing is start taking small projects. So for example, if I say that I'm very good at speaking, only saying there are thousands of people who are saying that I'm good at speaking, I'm good at public speaking. How can you show that? How can you prove that? If I show Kini, I have spoken to Lucknow University, I have spoken to this BMS college in Bangalore, I have spoken to International Research Consortium, I have spoken to UPES University in Dehradun, I have spoken to Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow. So if I show with my action what is my skill, that is very important. So nowadays you have internshala and internship, lot of internships are available. Please start doing small projects which will add up into your CV. So that will explain more and better to show your skills. So just do not believe just writing one line that I'm good at speaking, I'm good at teamwork. Show how you have. If I volunteer with this organization called Heartfulness, there I'm managing a team of say 100 people. We are having a lot of other activities. I can show up that will in my CV. I was founder president of Technical Society in my university. I was founder of this literary club, then NGO Sahayata, which has a Facebook page of its own. So these things are small ways by which your action can speak louder than your words. So start planning. Please start planning and upscaling yourself, your skills. Know your strength and weaknesses. Spend some time with your own self. It was a very wonderful thought. Somebody said that if you do not give time to yourself, you are missing a wonderful person every day to speak with. I am seeing another questions, ma'am. Somebody can take the questions from the chat. If, it
Yeah,
will be
yes,
easier
sure,
for me.
sure. I will, sir. There is a question from a Paki. Sir, I want to ask that how to get rid of nightmare. Sometime I get scary nightmare.
Very nice. So again, I would tell that please take a small time to introspect and dive deep into your nightmare. What? Just ask why question. So for example, I am there. I have a nightmare for public speaking. Why? Maybe I will fumble. Why? Maybe I do not have enough knowledge of the subject. Why? So see, when why, you will start asking, you yourself will get the answer in that questioning only. So, so to improve my public speaking, two or three things I have to do. One, have a complete and proper knowledge of the subject I am dealing with, on which I have to speak. One. Second, am I myself following what I am speaking? That's very important. Many a times it happens, we find people so hypocrite, they are saying something else, but in their life they're not doing it. So it's very important that you also start doing what you say. So say what you mean what you say. And the last part is practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So start practicing. So if I am scared of say darkness, I will try to go into the darkness. There is a concept of dopamine fasting. So you can just google it, dopamine fasting. You will find I think a lot of material. And then there is one also very good concept of neuroplasticity, how our brain are wired. So also google it, neuroplasticity. A lot of homework for everyone. Next question, please.
There is a continuation of this question, like some student Shahadab, inka कहना है, but regarding the nightmares. But many times, sir, these thoughts or the nightmares are be gone as soon as one wake up. So how can we tackle that?
So yes, so that means you are saying nightmares that while you were sleeping. So do prayer and sleep. You know, please read a very good book which you like before you sleep. So be careful. There is a sleep hygiene. Nowadays, a very good concept is going on around the world, which is about sleep hygiene. So I also take session on sound sleep. So someday ma'am will tell, then we will have a session on sleep also. So in sleep hygiene, what we tell is that before 1 hour of your sleep, do not use any social media platforms. Remove your blue light usage. Remove yourself from the screen, whether it is TV screen, whether it is mobile screen or whatsoever, laptop screen, whatever. So this then whatever is your place of sleep, do not bring anything scary around that, because consciously or subconsciously many things go into our mind. And try to read a very good book, a positive book, and then sleep. And before you sleep, just take a pause, take a deep breath, and just promise to yourself. You know, see, your subconscious programming is very important. All the dreams which are coming, some of its centers are our subconscious mind. And the time that 15-20 minutes before sleep is the time when you can program your subconscious mind. So if you read The Power of Subconscious Mind by John Murphy, and if you read that book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, they tell you how to program your subconscious mind. So once you start programming your subconscious mind, I will not say that in one day it will go, but slowly and gradually, I'm sure it will go. So try to start programming your subconscious mind.
Okay, there is one more question from Abhijit. Sir, what do you think about, does stress make us stronger mentally or weaker? That the
It
particular.
Wonderful. So it depends that you are considering that stress, taking it into the higher realms of you stress, or you are taking that stress into the role realms of de-stress. So anything comes in your life, you take it as a positive to move up towards your goal. It will always help you see. So your attitude will make the difference. So any change has come, anything wrong happened, any situation which you could not avoid, it has come. So if you take it toward, if you utilize it to become a better person, a better version of yourself, you make it use stress, it will take you up. Exams, no, it is a good thing that I will cover this syllabus so early in 3-4 weeks. Use stress. एग्जाम्स ऑफ ओ आई माइट फेल, पता नहीं ग्रेड खराब हो गया तो मुझे वो हॉस्टल नहीं मिलेगा, वो जॉब नहीं मिलेगी, ये डी स्ट्रेस. सी योर सेम एक्टिविटी, एग्जाम इज सेम एक्टिविटी. somebody is utilizing कि चलो बहुत अच्छा होगा, मैं कुछ तो पढ़ लूंगा, इसी बहाने चलो पढ़ाई शुरू हो जाएगी. और कुछ लोग हैं उसको जो है ये परेशान हो जाएंगे. एंड ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स, दैट once we start becoming process oriented, it's very important to become process oriented. When you start becoming goal oriented, then the problem will arise. है ना, क्या होगा, नहीं हुआ तो, अरे नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, क्या होगा, जीवन तो बहुत बड़ा है, तो कुछ हो न हो जीवन रहेगा, ये ध्यान रखिए. Yes ma'am, next question please.
Yes, there's a question from the Satvik Singh. I think the long-term stress related to the career is not really breaking it in parts. So what we waiting for something, and due to external pressure, you someway get very low at lot of situation, and you continuously trying to get better in something, but somewhere it is still not getting to me.
So that is why I told that it is very important, my dear friend, to know your strength and weakness. So because once you know your strength, weakness, no, when once you know ki these skills or these strengths are required in this skill, this career, so you will be very, very sure that where you have to say no and where you do not have to say no. So it's in your hand to find out that. It's very, very important. And be, what you can say, always have few options. It should not always be that if I have chosen that I want to go in the army, I want to do that CDS exam or write that NDA exam, and only that only I will consider. There are many other ways also to enter the army. NCC entries there, short service commission is there, ECS is there, technical entry is there. There are a lot of many entries. If not army, then there are many paramilitary forces also where we can enter. So my point is very, very important. Strength, weakness, one thing. Upscaling, second thing. Do making it in a doable way. It should not be that एक ही दिन में सोचो कि पहाड़ फोड़ देंगे. नहीं, ऐसे नहीं होता. एक दिन में पहाड़ नहीं फोड़ सकते. हम ही फूट जाएंगे. So it is very important to take that small steps towards it. Or again, I said, please become process oriented. Enjoy the process of making your career. If you will always focus only on the रिजल्ट नो कि मैं आईएएस बनूंगा कि नहीं बनूंगा, तो अब मैं लिख के थोड़ी दूंगा कि प्रिपेयर करो आईएएस बन ही जाओगे. वो तो पहले तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा ना. पहले अगर आप स्टैम्प पेपर पे प्राइम मिनिस्टर जैसे लिखवा लो कि नहीं नहीं मैं पढ़ने के लिए तो तैयार हूं, पर आप लिख के दे दीजिए कि मैं आईएएस बना देंगे आप, तो ऐसे नहीं होता ना. जीवन डजंट वर्क लाइक दिस. So always have plans, always have alternative routes, and be careful. Be clear about your goals, what you want to do, what you want to become, and work in a small doable steps, slowly and gradually. जैसे how many of you have done some driving? किसी ने कभी कभी ड्राइव किया है? कितने लोगों ने कभी ड्राइव किया? और अगर ड्राइव नहीं किया है तो पीछे बैठे हैं.
ऑलमोस्ट एवरीवन मेरे ख्याल से ड्राइव किया होगा कभी ना कभी.
तो अगर आप अपने घर से यूनिवर्सिटी आने के लिए, क्लास आने के लिए जब आप चलते हैं, तो पहले जैसे ही आप घर से निकलते हैं वैसे ही आपको अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी दिख जाती है क्या? As you just move out, step out of your gate, do you see your university?
No, sir.
So what you see, the first turn, कहाँ से पहला मोड़ लेना है वो दिखता है ना, यूनिवर्सिटी जाने के रास्ते में. तो इसलिए माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, हमेशा जो है ना, लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट. लॉन्ग टर्म प्लानिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट. आपको पता है कि हाँ आपको यूनिवर्सिटी जाना है, बट पहले दिन ही घर से निकलते ही आपको यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं दिखेगी. अगर आप ऐसा सोचोगे कि मैं अपने घर से स्टेप आउट करूं और यूनिवर्सिटी के गेट में ही एंटर कर जाऊं, तो इट इज नॉट, लाइफ इज नॉट लाइक दैट. पहला टर्न दिखेगा, वहां से टर्न लोगे राइट, फिर थोड़ा सीधे जाके फिर एक चौराहा पड़ेगा, उस चौराहे से फिर सीधे गए, फिर लेफ्ट टर्न. मतलब इट विल बी अ प्रोसेस, एंड इफ यू एंजॉय द प्रोसेस इट विल बी गुड फॉर यू. बट इफ यू कर्ज द प्रोसेस, ये कैसा रोड है, ये क्या है, ये क्यों है, ये इतना दूर क्यों है? दूर तो है, ये तो रियलिटी है. वी कांट चेंज द रियलिटी ना. जितना दूर है ना, आप अपने कॉलेज को उठा के अपने घर के सामने ला सकते हो, ना अपना घर ले जाके स्कूल के सामने रख सकते हो. सो ये भी बहुत जरूरी है कि हम रियलिस्टिक हों. वी नीड टू बी रियलिस्टिक अबाउट अ लाइफ, एंड लाइफ इज नेवर अ बेड ऑफ रोजेस. ये कभी भी रोज डे गया है तो ऐसा जीवन नहीं चलता रोज की तरह, बेड ऑफ रोज नहीं होता है. There are challenges every day which we need to follow, which we need to accept. Then again the choice is yours, my dear friends, that do you want to make it eustress or de-stress? How to tackle confusion? Information, get informed with authentic sources, है ना. कहीं से भी कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन मत ले लो, रूमर्स पे मत बिलीव करो, वो सारा कंफ्यूजन अपने आप दूर हो जाएगा. तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऑथेंटिक सोर्सेज के ऊपर ही बिलीव करो। व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी पे मत पढ़ो, फेसबुक यूनिवर्सिटी पे मत पढ़ो, ट्विटर यूनिवर्सिटी से मत पढ़ो। बी ऑथेंटिक, find out your authentic sources and take your information from there. All the confusions will go. And do meditation. Now you all know how to meditate.
He's
Just
talking about why they have the confusion, because they are interested in many things. That is why they got the confusion about their career planning. And I hope Shivam is asking about their career planning. So because he is interested in many things, and not only he, but most of the students are interested in many things. So they are not, they are so much confused about the solution. That is why they are asking,
okay,
how
right.
can we, how can we tackle that confusion?
Yes. So this confusion we can tackle very easily. So those many things just write in your diary. एक ना कॉपी लीजिए, वो 4 चीजें 5 चीजें 10 चीजें आप लिख लीजिए. You make, then you may, and one in another page make a list of all your habits or what you say strengths. ठीक है. Where you've written all those habits, say for example 4 career choices or 5 career choices, you have made a list. Okay, now think what is their working hours. One, what is their uh, professional professional growth. For example, if I want to take teaching as a career, I know that I need to do PhD, then assistant professor, then associate professor, then high impact journals I have to write my research papers, and professor, like that. So yes, ma'am, surely. So whatever is your career growth, try to note down that career growth. So first of all, 5 professions you have, then what skills are required in these professions. One, what is the career growth in the professions. Two, what are their working hours, what this profession demand for. Like there would be few professions there you are required 24 into 7. For example, army is a job of 24 into 7. My father is in railways. I know that in railways also, after certain so after certain promotions, it is like 24 into 7. Sometimes he receives a call in the night also. So try to speak with those people who are there in their career, so that you know the pros and cons of those career which you have chosen. And when you find all the cons of the career, जैसे आपको पता है कि हाँ ये इस जॉब में ये गड़बड़ है, मतलब ये चीजें वो है. If you are ready to invest, if you are ready to give 40 years of your life, 30 years, 25 years of your life with those cons, with those negativities, then you can survive well in that career. और इसी तरह से you can eliminate कि ठीक है इसके जो नेगेटिविटीज हैं, ये तो मेरे से होगा नहीं, आई कांट डू दैट. So that is why you can make an informed choice. I always say please be informed about. I hope I am making some sense towards that direction. If anything I missed, you can please ask another question on that, please.
No, I think we don't have any question in the chat box. If anyone want to ask anything regarding your ma'am, can I unmute? And yeah, sure, Satvik, you can unmute yourself and ask the question whatever you want to ask, beta. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, a question, this is Satvik. So I'm sorry to interview, but the thing is, when somewhere in my life, I think I asked the question that I think the long-term stress related to career is not really breaking it parts. So I said, how about we have already focused on our strengths and weakness, and still it is not coming to me. What I mean to say is, you
Can
have
you give one example? Can you give one example? Like any example?
Yeah, exactly. So somewhere I feel you have some external pressure. Like कहते हैं ना, क्या बोलते हैं कि अगर आप घर में बैठे हो, क्या बोलते हैं, आपके पास जॉब नहीं है और घर वालों का प्रेशर तो है ही है, but the second thought is कि you have a surrounding around you and people around you are getting placed and then to you're trying your best. You already have your focused on your strengths and weaknesses, and then to the demanded thing is not really coming to you. What do you need to do with that?
So देखिए demanded two three things here are there. One thing, पहली बात तो वो जो technical skill set is required, are we able to make that technical skill set available to us? Is it there? One thing. If you have, for example, you have made yourself upscaled yourself to that level, you know that technicalities whichever is required from that career or which is
Sorry.
required for that profession. So it is always good to have some patience. There will be, so this is the key of leading a life. Our life will never be, again I am saying, it will never be one way process, you know. It's not always so easy that we will get everything in one go, or we will not always get as we have planned. That is also very important.
Obviously.
So in those time of situations when there is so much like जो भी मुझे करना था, मुझे स्ट्रेंथ अपने पता है, मुझे अपने वीकनेस पता है, मैं मुझे जो अपने आप को अपस्केल करना था वो भी मैंने कर लिया, मैंने सब कुछ कर लिया जो मुझसे बन पड़ता था, है ना। सो अगर ऐसा कुछ है सिचुएशन में और फिर भी हम कहीं स्टक फील कर रहे हैं, तो ये भी फिर देखने की जरूरत है कि वॉट एवर आई एम चेजिंग उसका ऑल्टरनेटिव क्या हो सकता है, या अगर whatever I am chasing, agar if it is going with a speed of say 50 kilometers per hour, am I going with 50 kilometer per hour or am I going with 30 kilometer or 20 kilometer?
So you made to say that means somewhere I'm lagging in between this.
So there can be one more one thing is this, there can be one more thing, that you are running with a speed of 70 kilometer per hour and this career is of 50 kilometer. There is a gap. So you can be over, you know, over it. So there can be anything situation on that. So two to three things यहाँ पे इस situation में क्या करना चाहिए, पहले तो थोड़ा सा एक बार अपनी strategy को देखना पड़ेगा कि वो strategy में कहाँ पे I have to you know nuts and bolts करना पड़ा है. One thing वो भी कर लिया, वो भी मैंने अपने सारे टीचर्स से, जो भी मेरे सीनियर्स हैं उस करियर में, उन सब लोगों से सारा राय मशवरा कर लिया है. And now I know I have nuts and bolts, I have done, I have not left anything. Then have faith on your abilities and also see what can be the different you know alternatives which you can go for. एक ही चीज के बारे में हमेशा सोचते रहना will always not help. No. तो alternatives की तरफ थोड़ा सा हम लोग देखें. One which is relatable to that career. Second, even after seeing the alternative उसके ऊपर भी वर्क किया और फिर भी जॉब का नहीं हो पा रहा है, तो थोड़ा सा ब्रेक भी ले सकते हैं. Breaks are never wrong in life. Breaks are never wrong provided you do not become lazy. वो growth mindset अगर आपका बना हुआ है उस ब्रेक में, then it is good. But अगर उस ब्रेक में you are not, you know, you are frustrated, you feel you are worthless, अगर उस तरह की फीलिंग आ रही है तो कुछ भी करो, अपने आप को एंगेज रखो. तो ये आपको खुद चूज करना पड़ेगा अपने लिए कि आप किस तरह से हो, आप अपना वो मोटिवेशन और वो एनर्जी उस ब्रेक में भी बना पा रहे हो कि नहीं. ये हमेशा ध्यान रखिए, लंबी जर्नी के लिए 2 कदम पहले पीछे भी लेना पड़ता है. Whenever you have to run, you have to run in a race, you have to go 2 steps back also. So going 2 steps back is not always that you are going backward.
See
so
what I
accept
feel.
that
See
and
what I
accept
feel.
the realities of life.
Sure. See what I feel. We come from a generation. We think of a future before the current time. Exactly. So when we come from a generation like that, I think the pressure on ourselves from our side is more than the pressure from the external side. So this is what I feel. I feel a sort of pressure from my own side for me. Why isn't happening to me? Why is it happening just to me, not someone else? Why is it me?
So that is what I am saying, that we need to be very realistic about things. One of the causes of you know the stress was perfectionism also, if you remember in our session, in our slides. So
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes we, my dear friends, sometimes we need to let it go also. That also we have to learn in life.
Definitely, whatever you tell or suggest, Satvik, it is not related to him only. It is also related to all the students. And Satvik, I would like to also give a very little suggestion. Don't feel like that ki what you are doing a lot and you are putting your most of the time you are putting your effort, but you are not getting whatever you want. So तुमने कहा ना कि like you feel that you are stressed, and so just see around yourself. दुनिया में इतना गम है कि मेरा गम कितना कम है. Okay, so stick with that philosophy and enjoy your life and take everything in a positive modes. If your attitude will be positive, everything you will achieve in your life. Thank you so much, Kaushrin ji,
Thank
for your time session. This
Just
is our first
one thing, ma'am, I
interaction.
want to add. One
Yes,
thing, if
yes,
you permit, please.
sure.
I completely agree that we are in a generation where we do not want to wait. So I am here, my dear friends. I would like to say, please start practicing to wait. Please start from that one thing. That take a pause in your life, because you are on the center of everything going around. And if you do not manage yourself, like manage yourself, then stress management time and then nothing can work. So find out those 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes every day, meditate, and please talk to yourself and be realistic. Today only I want to become Elon Musk, or I want to become, Saina Nehwal, and or Neeraj, ये तो we have to see कि उनकी जर्नी क्या रही है, उसके वो जो अभी जिस स्टेज पे है, PV Sindhu ji, if she is getting an Olympic medal, then how much struggle or how much practice they have done.
Definitely,
तो वो
definitely.
भी realistic होना बहुत जरूरी है. मतलब it's very very important to be realistic in a life and practical in a life.
Yes.
Thank you, Priya ma'am. That's all. That's all.
This is our first interaction, and you have proven that whatever you have written with your brief profile, and I'll assure you कि हम ऐसे sessions हमेशा करते रहेंगे in a continuous basis, so that our student will get benefit from your experience and from your expertise. Thank you so much. Please, Nancy, you will proceed the session.
Thank you so much, sir, for this interesting and interactive session. And nowadays, we know that stress is a major issue. So I think this will help us a lot. I'm handing over the meeting to Priya ma'am for vote of thanks.
Thank you, Nancy. A warm and a graceful evening to our most valued speakers, our organizing committee, and my dear friends and my participants. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks speech and acknowledge the contribution of those who really work hard to make this event more valuable. I, Dr. Priya, co-convener of this two-day workshop on personality development, on the behalf of the organizing committee and the entire fraternity of university, first of all, my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making this event a grand success. By their blessing and grace, we are able to make this event what it was. We are thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor Alok Kumar Rai, for his motivation. My sincere thanks to our OSD, Sir, Professor M.K. Agarwal, for giving the permission to organize this workshop and for his help and support at every stage of this program. I give a really heartfelt vote of thanks to our speaker, Mr. Kaushrin Pratap Singh, Dr. Savisachi, and Dr. Aditi Dubey, who spent their busiest time gracing this occasion. We had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this is definitely encouraging our students and make them ready for the future challenges. A special thanks to Vineet sir for that unflinching support and technical coordination. I would like to thank our team members, Mr. Abhishek, Ms. Nancy, and Ms. Shakshi for their support and the involvement in the whole event. So we thank you all for being with us this evening. It is a great pleasure to us, and thank you so much, and have a great day. Definitely, we work on the chat box, whatever you have written in the chat box, the suggestions and all. We will conduct some more sessions with the sir and the other faculties also. Thank you so much for the day and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for having me here. It was wonderful to interact with everyone.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, sir.